Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and on today's video I want to share with you the screen protector, which I think is the best one after doing all my research for my Model Y computer. I just bought a Tesla Model Y and I wanted to protect the computer in it. Now, screen protectors do have their limitations, just so you're aware of. So obviously if something really hard smashes your screen or comes and hits your screen, it's not going to protect it. Further, it's not going to save you from an accident. So just so you know, they do have their limitations, but overall I think they are a good investment. And me personally, I like to spread a dollar as thin as I can, and I like to save. So I'll tell you, I did a bunch of research before buying because I hate wasting money. So I did find other ones that were cheaper online. However, some did not have any reviews. Some had very little reviews, like this one with only 6 reviews. So I was kind of skeptical about that. Now, the other thing to consider is ease of installation. So although some of them were cheaper, some of them, like say for example this one that was even on sale, had a lot of reviews, rated very, very well, but it was only for the screen protector itself. It had no, I guess, installation template, as I'm showing here in the video, and actually I threw up a screenshot as well. So I was really worried about getting it on crooked and then having a bad install and then just being very unhappy. So I thought for the extra value, or the little bit extra, you know, this one would be worth it. Now, the other thing I had to really fight on in my mind was, do I get the clear one or do I get the matte one? Because there are two. So I did look up and read a bunch of reviews about each. Now, one of the things that kind of bothered me about the matte was someone said they had to turn up their screen brightness. So I was a little bit worried about that because I didn't want my screen like overheating and having premature failure. I just didn't want that to happen. Now, the other thing is I did get a comment about the matte saying it wasn't as clear, and it was kind of like going from a 1080p to a 720p, so that could happen. But overall, there was, you know, a bunch of good comments for both sides, so I think at the end of the day, it is just personal preference. So let's get to installing this thing now. If you've watched the video, you can see this kit actually comes with everything you need, so you don't have to buy anything else. You get the lint cloth, squeegee, and little sticky things, you get everything. So what you have to do when you're in your car is you have to click on your display, and then you're gonna wanna put it in screen cleaning mode. So the other thing I made sure is I had clean hands, because you definitely don't want to have dirty hands when you're doing this. Now, as we're panning over this, I'm trying to get you a close shot. You can see how much dust is actually accumulated on the screen. And I'll give it a little wipe here, and you can see just how much dust goes on the screen. So it is crazy. Now, when I bought my Tesla, I left the little factory, I guess, sticker thing on it, or whatever you want to call. So we're going to pull that off. And there really shouldn't be much behind it, because it should be pretty much new and from the factory, but we're still going to give it a little inspection just to make sure it is absolutely clean. So we got our squeegee. Make sure you have everything ready. We have our stickers, which is very important, and then also we have our actual screen protector. What we're going to have to do is clean the screen, do a final little cleaning, just because I had pulled this down there, so I want to make sure there's no dust. The rest of the screen shouldn't have any dust in it, and then we're going to put this on. Now, it's important when you're doing this not to have your air conditioning running, nothing like that. So don't have anything blowing. Have your doors closed if possible, and because you just want to minimize any dust. So let's pull this down and actually take it off. So we've taken off the factory protector, and I have the little wipe here. I'm just going to take off any bits of dust. Now really take your time with this, because prep is everything. If you feel you have to use the wipes, then use the wipes. I mean, it came with them, so you may as well use them just to get off grease or anything like that. Mine shouldn't have anything except maybe in the corner here, because I had actually touched it, you know, when I bought the car new and stuff like that. So now what I always do is look right from the side, because you should be able to see any dust particles. And you know what? I don't see one at all. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this ready to install. Now, when you're pulling the backing off it, I've seen some videos where people pull it up like this. Oh no! Don't pull it up like this, because any dust you have in the air is going to fall on top of it. So you don't want to do that. So you want to pull it down. So this way there should be no dust. And then once we pull it off, we should be able to go straight on to it. So I'm going to give a last little look. I'm very particular about these things, and I don't see anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull, there you go. I'm going to hold it like this, and you can see there, I'm pulling the cover down. We don't want any fingerprints whatsoever. And now we can lift it. There we go. Now we're going to just press and slide. And actually, I can see it sort of going out. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. I can see what it's doing. I can see there's one big air bubble right there in the middle of the screen, but we'll deal with that in a minute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove this. We've waited our 30 seconds. So we're going to pull this off just like so. It's a little tough to get off. And you can see it's actually off. So there you go, we have it off. There's our new screen protector that is on. Now, what I do next is I can see the tiny little bubbles. There is a big bubble. I'm just gonna push it out. And there we go, I've pushed this one out. And you can see there's one big bubble there. So we got one bubble on our screen. So we have this and we're slowly just gonna work it up, just like that. And there you go, you can see it's actually leaving. Just like that. There you go, and the bubble is gone. And then once you've pushed out the big ones, you can see here's some tiny bubbles. That's just from this, the final film. So what we're gonna do is just pull the final film off. There you go, just like that. And that's it now. So now we have our squeegee with our felt, and we can search if there's any little bubbles, and there is one right there. So what we're going to do is we're gonna take our squeegee, hopefully I can pick this up with the camera, and we're slowly just going to push it down. There you go, you can see I'm pushing it down. Just like that, I'm working it down. And it came out. So if we take a quick look around, we can see how the template did a fabulous job lining everything up. I thought it was just perfect. Now once you're done, you're just gonna hold your screen there just to exit. We're gonna hold it, exiting. There you go, and we are back. Now another quick tip, when I was doing my research, some people had said to touch both buttons on the steering wheel, do reset, just so it can reset, I guess, how hard you push and stuff like that, because some people were saying that, you know, everything may not work, the touchscreen may not be as sensitive, or, you know, you got to push hard or whatever. But for me, in my case, it worked fine. There was no issues, so I didn't have to reset my car. But if you find after you put it on, you know, maybe you have to touch harder or something like that, or it's not as sensitive, then just reset it, and then you should be good to go. Now, one of the other questions that did come up online quite a bit is what happens if you wear polarized sunglasses? Do you see rainbows? And the answer for me was no. I did the test. I looked at it through my polarized sunglasses or high-end sunglasses, and I did not see any rainbows at all. Although if there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, I mean, that may have been a good thing for me, and I probably would have wanted that, but it just did not happen. So for me, I'm really glad that I grabbed the clear one. That's the one that I bought, just because I know that the screen is very crisp and it's just the way I like it. But like I said, there's a lot of reviews that go both ways, and I think you can't go wrong with buying either screen. I think they are just, you know, both fantastic. So if you want to protect your Tesla's computer screen, I think the Spigen is the way to go. It was just really easy to install, and you know what? I think the quality is just top notch. Anyway, I'll leave the links in the description. That is it. GarageKing over and out. See you next week.